looking at the audience, and it's all new faces. So that is a real unique pleasure. Tonight, what we'd like to do is just share some key strategies from one, give you kind of an introductory feel to some of the strategies that we learned about male allies and how they engage women in the workplace. So our goal tonight is to kind of tee up some of those key strategies, have some interaction, so we want to hear from you. I know many of you actually participated in the research that we did for one, so there's quite a few male allies out here in the audience. And for women, we also have some great discussion opportunities. So feel free, ask your questions, make this interactive. I have a habit of kind of making eye contact and asking questions with you too, so I really do want this to be interactive and collaborative. So with that said, Danielle, with that kind and warm introduction, thank you. This is a wonderful space, so excited to be here. Earlier this year, about a year ago actually, I had this crazy idea. I want to write a second book. And for those of you that know me well, I'm very passionate about women in leadership. So I was thinking, what can I write that she really needs? And I landed on writing about men, which for some people, it's kind of like, Julie, what? Like, you want to write about what? With men. And so what we ended up finding out of just sheer curiosity for the tools that are really going to take women to the next level in their careers is that male allies are what are needed for her to be successful. And so when I say male ally, just curious, what words come to mind when I say the words male ally? You can just shout them out. Advocate. Mentor. A sponsor, a mentor. What's that? A partner. Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, this is a man that is very supportive of a woman, whether that's personally or professionally, or in a lot of cases both, that truly is an ally side by side. So what a male ally is not is somebody that's on the rescue cape and comes in and saves the day, right? Or somebody that acts as a father figure, especially in the workplace. The women we talk to, what they really are looking for is somebody that's side by side with them, supporting them, listening to them, advocating for them. And so male allies are really what is essential. If you think about the challenges that have faced women, everyone in this room I know is well aware of some of the challenges that can hold us back from time to time, whether that's positional authority or some of the pay gaps that we see. You think about the 50% of the population that we're not including sometimes in the conversation. It's really essential that we engage and have a two-way, really inclusive conversation. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about my male ally journey and then tee up the 4 key areas that we can discuss and kind of think about how to apply that for you in your journey. So my male ally journey started in the wonderful, very inclusive place of Caterpillar. So I started working at a very, very male-dominated industry. I was one of 11 in a college graduate training program. One woman of the other 10 were men. But you know what? I look around at those guys and I think about my first day, and I didn't think anything different of them versus me, and they didn't treat me any differently. So I was really lucky to be in a culture of male allyship very early in my career. And then as I progressed, I had many pivot points, and I learned a lot of different things about myself, and I had managers that said things to me, male managers that would say, hey, I want to work for you someday. That was so empowering. It gave me so much more confidence than I had in myself. I had another male ally that said, hey, you should go facilitate for us. I'm like, what? Like, me? I've never done that before. He saw things in me that I didn't already see in myself. And oftentimes, that's what male allies do for us. They see things in us that we may not yet see in ourselves. And I think about some of my male allies here in this room, and one of the most important ones is my husband. And what he does for us and for our family as a stay-at-home dad and a supporter on my... Are you hiding back there? He really is a trusted ally, and I know I would not be here today without his support and all the things he does to raise our girls and provide a great example of what a male ally looks like for them. And so my male ally journey continues, and I hope some of the messages that we share tonight are ones that resonate with you. So the 4 key areas of one that we found in our research, we scanned really across the United States, different people in different positions, different generations, industries, functional areas. And what we were trying to gather were key insights, like who are these male allies? Where are they? Why do they do what they do? What is it about their support that makes it different and more impactful? And what they shared with us, we kind of boiled it down to these 4 key themes. And the first one I'll share with you is what we're calling heart. And so what these men said is that they empathize with women. And the reason they do so is because they've had a strong woman in their life or continue to have strong women in their lives, whether that was their mother, their daughters, their peers, a former women leader that they've been exposed to. And so they want to channel that empathy towards other women in their lives. And this isn't a prerequisite by any means for being a male ally. If you're looking to join in, think about those that inspire you and channeling that towards other women. Conversely, what women shared with us was starting the dialogue with what's in it for men. So has anyone heard of the WIFM before? So we're kind of a play on words there with what's in it for men is the benefits. And one of the primary benefits for having more gender diversity on our leadership teams is that there's a 16% higher profitability rate associated with gender equality. So if you think about that, how much money is being left on the table at organizations and what bringing men into the conversation that are often the decision makers within organizations can do. And so a lot of women feel, I think, selfish or don't want to express their own interests or ask for an advocate, ask for a mentor, ask for a sponsor, whereas studies show that men are more likely to speak up and ask for it. And so if you think about it as, it's not only your self-interest, but you're actually advocating for something that's better for the company itself. And the second strategy that we have is around story. And so if you think about women sharing their story and men also asking for her story, and so this is really, storytelling has been around for years. And if you think, thank you. And if you think about the power of story and knowing your story. So for women, it's really knowing where you've been, where you are now, and where you're going. And the more you're able to articulate your story, and men listen to the story. So what male allies do is they don't assume to know the story, right? They don't put on the rescue cape and come in and say, hey, I've got this great job for you, or here's some wonderful advice on what you should do. Instead, they listen, and they don't solve her problems for her. They let her figure it out on her own, which is much more of a sustainable change. The third principle we'll share with you is speak. And so when we say speak, it says male allies speaking up with women, and for women, it's speaking up with